some subs and pause.
Right. So.
I wonder what the how low that is.
Hey, well, at least we caught it.
Oh.
We caught it.
Alright guys, welcome back. Alright, so I've been chasing this problem here. I went skiing with my kids. This was back in February, and as I was driving through the mountains I heard a pop. Then I started having an electrical problem, and the ride home I ended up just shutting off my radio, and since then I've completely unplugged my stereo and just been having this ongoing problem of something, whether it was electrical or loss of power. My heat hasn't been working. It was just a snowball of problems, so I ended up replacing my alternator. If anybody has any questions, I can give you tips and tricks on how to do that, or I can do a separate video on basically how to do that. I know where all the bolts are and everything. Again, this is a 2008 Uplander 3.9. I think it's the same as the Impala, the Chevy Impala. And I think there's other couple makes and models that are similar. So I did the serpentine belt because it kind of felt like the belt was slipping. And I ended up doing the spark plugs. Come to find out, I had a cracked spark plug that the mechanic didn't find or didn't say anything about or didn't care to tell me about. I don't know. I ended up doing new pulleys on my for my serpentine belt. I kept replacing. So recently I've had like this growl almost when I turn on my AC or my heat, and I thought it was the heater core. And I think I've finally come up to find out what it is, because someone told me it was my fans, because it does sound like the fans are revving up and going. Well, I replaced my fan and it's not as bad, but it's still happening. But I also took off my radiator hose. So today we're going to be doing and I didn't even know this was a thing, but a radiator flush, a radiator bleed, a radiator burp. And we're going to make sure that there's coolant throughout the whole system. And that's seemed to be the problem. Alright, so when I took off the cap here a little while ago, I could hear like a hissing. And the fluid, there's no fluid. There was some crud around here. I cleaned that off. I'm going to actually clean off the inside here too, because there's some crud on the inside. And so I'm going to clean this off. And there was some crud around here. I brushed it off with a brush. I'm going to show you this. So this is probably a good thing to do anyways. Taking care of your coolant system is very important. It keeps your engine clean. There's little, that's actually some coolant stuff that I got. There's little gold specks. It's supposed to repair your coolant system if it has a leak or something, and it travels through your car as it runs. Alright, so I got that fairly clean. That looks good. So I bought an adapter. I'm going to grab the adapter. And I have some coolant with me today. It's already mixed. Mixed coolant. Now I bought this kit at O'Reilly's actually. This is the kit that I bought. Here's so you're gonna put your coolant in here. It has a shut-off valve and a release valve, so I can put the coolant right back into the thing that I don't use. Now this screws right on. This sits right inside my coolant and keeps it tight as I put it down. So we're gonna attach this here like that, and basically what we're doing here is we're getting rid of bubbles in the system, getting rid of air trapped in the system, because there's air trapped somewhere along. I mean, you have your from here to here and all the hoses in between, and then traveling through your heater core. So you have a lot of fluids traveling through here, including on the top of the engine, traveling all over the place here. So we're gonna get this on there nice and snug. That's nice and snug. Okay, so that's trapped right now. So when I pour fluid in, it's just gonna sit there. Now I have the 50/50 blend. You can buy regular coolant, or you can buy, if you buy regular coolant, just make sure that you're mixing it. And what we're doing here is we're looking to get rid of any and all burps. So when I open the valve here, we should see, now the coolant's gonna go down, and I'm gonna open up this side too. Let out any air. Alright, we're gonna wipe that off also. And after we get this done, we're gonna start up the car. Alright, that's coming off, so I'm just gonna toss this to the side. So that was a lot of coolant still going down into the system. So it looks like it's filled now. So now I'm going to take the hose and I'm going to kind of massage the hose here. And actually you can see I'm pressing on the hose right here. I'm going to start at one end. You can see air coming out as I'm just pressing on the hose. That's all I'm doing here. I'll bring you guys down so you guys can see the hose I'm pressing on. Let's see if I can get in there. Alright, so there's a hose right here coming right out of the right out of the radiator, and you're just massaging that, pushing air through the hose, and the goal is so you don't see any more bubbles, because you don't want to see any bubbles in your line here. Alright, I have another thing on here, so I'm going to take that off. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we're back again. Let's get on that coolant funnel. There we go. Alright, so like I said, I was massaging my hose here, kind of making sure I'm still getting a few bubbles. And then we're gonna start the car. So it looks like I got everything there good. Let me make sure I still got fluid in here, which this fluid looks good. I am gonna do a fluid flush at some point, so I'm probably gonna end up doing this over again. So this is a good investment. I got this kit. It's good for like all makes and models of cars. I don't know if I can reach my my bottom. So that's my bottom radiator hose. So that one also looks good. So it looks like my fluid's good. There's not many bubbles coming out right now. So that now you would start up your car and you're going to let your car run, and it should circulate the fluid throughout the system. And that did take quite a bit of fluid. I came up for about halfway here, which was 1.5 liters. So it did go up pretty high. So we're going to start up the car, because that's what's recommended. Start up the car, let the fluid flow through it. You might have to add some more. Might have to burp some more bubbles as we're going along. And also when you turn on the car, you're turning your heat up all the way, because that was another symptom of my loss, was the heater not working when I wasn't pressing on the gas pedal. So now the heater should work when I'm pressing on the gas. So it's down and you see a bunch of bubbles coming out here. I'm going to show you guys on the camera. Let me get this off of here. And there goes the heater coming on right away. Let me get this off. All right. You guys can see the bubbles coming out. That's the fluid being worked through the system. All right, I'm going to pour some more fluid in before I run out here. I don't know if I'm going to need any more fluid, but I still have a bunch of bubbles coming through. And like I said, I have that heater on. And I haven't had real heat all this winter. It's been kind of iffy. I'm going to put just a little bit more fluid. You can add as you need it. There's still bubbles coming out, so it's still working through. And now before, when I pressed on, actually you couldn't even press on my hose. It was almost suctioned together. So that's a great sign that there's too much pressure inside your system. Definitely working great. There's still bubbles coming through the system. It says to let it run for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go check the time. Hold on, now. Alright, so I'm gonna say about 11:40. I got right now, there's still bubbles coming through, and I'm not blowing hot air. Still not blowing hot air. And the real way I'll be able to tell when I'm done with this is when I take it out for a ride. When I pressed on the gas and my heater or my AC was on, it was almost like it was growling at me. And that'll be the real telltale of if I got it fixed or not, if it's still growling at me. So my hoses feel nice and plump and full here. Very few bubbles coming out right now. So it's really getting worked through there. You can definitely tell the difference. I'm gonna go see if there's heat on in the car right now. Still not blowing heat. Alright, I'm going to lift up this and see if this makes any difference here. I don't know if I'm supposed to have this open or not. Okay, that didn't seem to make any difference whether I had that open or closed. Alright. So there's still very few bubbles coming out. Alright, I'm going to give this a little rev here. Alright guys, so welcome back. So my video got cut off yesterday. I'll just scoot down here. My video got cut off yesterday when I was recording, and I hope you guys got the gist of what I was doing. So anyways, it seems like all my problems are fixed now, which oddly enough it doesn't seem like it has anything to do with power or voltage or electricity, but it fixed the problem, which my radiator, I don't know if it was like overworking itself or I don't know what was going on, but since I've added the radiator fluid and did the radiator fluid and everything's running correctly now, my voltage is holding steady. All my components are running correctly, and everything's going good now in the car. So that's all I did was check the radiator fluid. Now I also did all these new parts. I put a new the alternator, I did the pulleys, I did the tensioner, I did the radiator fan, fan and AC fan. So I mean, I did a lot of parts during the meantime. I did some sensors. So I've done a lot of other things to the car that I thought were electrically related or related to that issue. And come to find out, I think it all came down to the radiator. I did bring this into a mechanic. He had my car for a day and a half. He charged me $350 and told me nothing was wrong with it. As soon as I drove it out, the same problem. I had like I'd press on the gas and like a drop of power, like I had no power, and it would boof, 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 boof. I even did that at a light. I had a check engine light come on, and it almost felt like the engine dropped out. Along with my voltage fluctuating anywhere from 14.5 down to 12.6 volts, all across the board there. And now it's holding steady right at around 14 volts. So, I mean, as far as I can see, problem fixed. So guys, as always with the subs and pause video, I'm going to throw you guys some bass at the end here. So enjoy the couple clips I throw at you guys. We're going to show you some excursion to some different subs. I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. I appreciate that. As always, take care of yourselves and each other, guys. 2025, guys. Peace.